Hello and welcome to School Matters. Thanks for joining us today. Our guest today is Dr. Titus Hopper. He is Career Readiness Coordinator for Cleveland County Schools. Welcome back. Not your first time here, so we're always glad to have you here.
I am glad to be here. Thanks for having me again.
If you will, to get things started, talk to us a little bit about your career path with Cleveland County Schools and what led you to the position of Career Readiness Coordinator.
Okay, always been passionate about young people and education. So a 98 graduate of the NC State University. After graduating, taught a semester in Wake County at Garner Senior High School, taught high school biology. Had the opportunity to move back home. So moved home to serve Shelby City Schools for a little while. Then transitioned to the old Shelby Middle School where I taught 8th grade Earth and Environmental Science. Then the door opened to work at the alternative school. So that's when they started C-Stop, which is now Turning Point Academy. And out there taught science and math to middle and high schoolers. And because we were a program at the time, our EOG and EOC scores were sent back to the schools, and our scores were phenomenal. So I think we were able to get the attention of others in the district and was offered an opportunity to go to Shelby High School to teach math. So from there, taught a couple years, and then decided to pursue the master's degree in school administration. So it was 2011, made that decision, became a principal, and when the decision was made to close Graham and Marion, as I was principal at Shelby Intermediate, Dr. Fisher graciously, our superintendent, opened the door for this career readiness coordinator role. So, and this is my 4th year currently at district level leadership serving in this capacity.
That's great. So variety of subject areas and variety of school level, grade levels, and that's wonderful. At what point did you recognize that career readiness was where you wanted to focus in?
Well, I saw, I guess throughout the years, working with high schoolers, working with middle schoolers, working with intermediate age students, that was particularly 5th and 6th grade. I saw where there could be some improvements as it related to the communication gap as students began to transition from high school to the real world. Families, passionate about helping them, definitely helping them get information, because sometimes I think some families just don't know what they don't know. So I'm passionate about really helping share opportunities, helping share information and knowledge as it relates to preparation for the real world, what they call college and career readiness. I just want to help our students be better prepared for life after high school.
Talk to us a little bit about your day-to-day responsibilities and the stakeholders that you work with.
Gotcha. So oftentimes I get the question, Dr. Hopper, what exactly do you do? Well, I usually summarize it by saying I, as Career Readiness Coordinator, provide an extra layer, an additional layer of support to our middle and high schools as they work to support their students who are showing risk, whether that's academic risk, whether that's behavior, or attendance. So usually my Mondays, I'm in the office preparing, but I also lead small group support sessions at Shelby Middle and Burns Middle. Tuesdays, that's my Crest Zone day, so I am doing one-on-one check-ins with select students at Crest Middle and Crest High. Wednesdays is my Shelby High day. Thursdays, I'm at Kings Mountain Middle and Kings Mountain High, and on Fridays, I'm at Burns High School. So I am working with students, we're identifying areas where they could grow, and we're setting goals, and I'm holding them accountable. And also there's the community engagement component where I'm able to kind of be a liaison and a bridge builder between Cleveland County Schools and our community at large.
And the community engagement piece is so huge. There are all sorts of things out there to help students, and so it's great that you're identifying those, identifying students, and making those connections.
Yes.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you face as you work toward equity and accessibility for students?
One barrier, even as we look at the data as it relates to what students are dropping out of school, we're finding out that a large predictor of students dropping out is success in Math 1 and English 1. So one challenge is getting ninth grade students to realize how important it is to buckle down and to focus in their Math 1 and their English 1 class. So really trying to encourage our freshmen, get serious about Math 1, get serious about English 1, and pass the class. And also take advantage of opportunities that the school provides to give you assistance. So, and another barrier is just getting students to be intrinsically motivated. So that if we could find the magic potion to get students to be internally motivated. I mean, we can motivate with gifts and surprises, you know, parents are giving incentives for good grades. But what I found out is when students are intrinsically motivated, those students excel at levels that are unparalleled. So they're just driven, they're just motivated. So a lot of what I do is motivate, encourage, and really just try to get students to see if you don't have a cheerleader, you can still be amazing.
So how do you measure success? What metrics do you use when we look at students and making sure they're prepared for post-secondary life?
So with our one-on-one check-ins and our small group support, we really look at those 3 risk factors: academics, behavior, and attendance. So metrics we use is frequency in ISS and OSS. So many of the students that I'm able to work with, we see a decrease in their time spent in ISS, and we see a decrease in the number of times they've been suspended. Academically, and this is weekly, we look at grades every single week. So every week when I go check in with a student, we open up Infinite Campus and we're looking at grades. And sometimes it's a goal of, okay, by the time I come back next week, let's see these missing assignments made up and let's see an increase in those grades. So we look at that. And then also we look at attendance. So we want to see improvements in attendance. And another major one, especially for our seniors, is financial aid form completion. So that's another metric that we use because we want to champion next level success as it relates to seniors. Go ahead and get that financial aid profile created. Go ahead and get that financial aid form started. So those are really 4 major areas that we look at to measure success. And then also what students do after they graduate, whether that's enrollment in community college or 4-year university, or whether they choose to go straight into the workforce.
Okay. You mentioned community partners, local partnerships, and the importance of that. Talk about how you collaborate with those entities to create opportunities.
So this summer, I had the wonderful opportunity to meet Elizabeth Champion. She's the new executive director of the Chamber of Commerce. So during our conversation, she expressed her excitement and she expressed her desire to just be more involved and engaged with the school system. So I took that information away, and knowing that for example, we have several students who have the opportunity to graduate early. They'll be graduating this December because they've met all of their senior graduation requirements. So I just thought that would be a wonderful opportunity to get the chamber involved with you as our director of CTE, and also Sandy Hamrick, our director of student services, so we could get our school counselors, our school social workers, our career development coordinators engaged in a conversation to say, hello, employers of Cleveland County. We have some students that are about to graduate, and some of them are really ready to go to work. So those are some of the things we do because, one, I don't think our employers knew that we have a number of students graduating in December who could potentially go straight into the workforce. And then to our collaborations with Cleveland Community College here, we have some students who will come right out of school in December and start the community college immediately in January. So, because I'm telling students don't wait, because I just believe teenagers and free time don't mix well. So I'm like, we got to do something. So what's your plan? So now our career development coordinators are able to really have conversations with those students and those families to see, do we have a post-high school graduation plan? Yeah, so some of those partnerships, and then also being able to partner with parents and other community stakeholders just to make sure that information gets sent, because there's an information gap. Students don't check their emails. So the opportunity to share with parents, this is information your student should have told you, but they didn't. So yeah, I'm a professional snitch. So I just want parents to have this information, because there's a lot of good information out there that our parents are missing because our students don't check their emails.
You're exactly right. Lots of opportunities and lots of information to share.
Yeah.
And just making those connections, as you said, connecting those dots for folks.
One in particular, families who make less than $80,000 per year, just by simply completing the financial aid forms, those students possibly qualify for at least $5,000 to $8,000.
Wow.
And some parents look at me like, oh my gosh, I
They
didn't know
didn't
that.
know.
Well, I'm like, well, now you do. So that's kind of a bonus incentive to tell parents, make sure your student completes the financial aid form.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but
Okay.
don't go away, because when we come back, I want to talk about something really big, and that's the Next Level Success Initiative that you're
Alrighty.
involved with.
Looking forward to it.
We'll be right back, and we'll be
Alrighty.
back with more after this.
Okay.
Arsenic, cadmium, fluorine, formaldehyde, rubidium, lithium.
Do yourself a favor and don't image search for exploding e-cigarettes.
What you don't know about e-cigarettes can hurt you.
Are you ready to take all this in?
Welcome back. Today on School Matters, we are talking with Dr. Titus Hopper, Career Readiness Coordinator for Cleveland County Schools. I would like for you to talk to us about something that I know is very near and dear to you, and that's
Yes.
the Next Level Success Initiative. Tell us about it. What is it? What's it all about?
So the Next Level Success Initiative is basically a collaborative think tank. But the initial goal is, one, to close that information gap. So the summer before last, had the opportunity to go to the North Carolina Financial Aid Summit and met some amazing, wonderful people. And I was able to invite our My Future NC rep, her name is Cinemet Olatunji, and also our College Foundation rep, Tamika Ruffin. I was able to invite them to come to Cleveland County to share information as it related to financial aid completion, as well as just demographics about Cleveland County as it related to job readiness, career success, you know, just data specific to Cleveland County. Because I found out that as it related to information sharing, certain areas of our community didn't have the same information. So I said, I can fix that. So if I could have them come and first speak with our counselors and social workers, then our social workers and counselors would then be able to get that information to our students. So that meeting was very informative. Then we were able to pull together stakeholders and do the exact same presentation. And then encourage them, take this information to your circle of influence. And then our third level meeting was we put our counselors, social workers, and this community collaborative together to hear the same information again, as well as share ideas as it related to how do we get more of this information, financial aid completion, as well as our counselors and social workers were able to share some of the great things that they were doing in their schools. So we wanted to provide that opportunity too, to just let parents know these are some of the things the schools are doing to help your student as it relates to Next Level Success. So the overarching theme of the Next Level Success Initiative is just what it says, preparing students for next level success, but it takes a village. So basically what I'm trying to do is really fortify the village, community stakeholders, families, parents, and really we're just inviting everybody to the table to say, get this information, take it to your community, and also hold your kids accountable for what you've heard. Because again, they don't check their emails. Our career development coordinators are sending information to our kids. Great opportunities, internships, work opportunities, job shadowing opportunities. But that information is not getting to the home where parents can say, I think you need to apply for this because you may qualify for it. So really that's what the Next Level Success Initiative is to create a collaborative that can also function as an accountability tool for some of our students, and also to build capacity in helping them be ready for next level success.
Are there some early outcomes and success stories from Next Level Success that you're proud of and would like to share?
On a small level, I am proud of the fact that during our last Next Level Success Initiative meeting that we had, there was a parent who was able to hear about some of the programming that Atrium Health, now we're meeting again in January and we have some representatives from Atrium Health that are going to present. But during the collaboration at the end, right before we dismissed, a parent was able to hear about some of the opportunities Atrium Health had. So she was able to take that information to her student. Now I'm celebrating because the parent held that student accountable to information that she had heard. Her student scheduled a meeting with the career development coordinator to at least get an application to one of those summer programs. So who knows? Now I'm waiting to see if the student will participate, but I do know because the parent had the information, the parent was able to hold the student accountable to create the opportunity, or to even, I'm gonna put it this way, she made that child schedule time to go talk to the career development coordinator.
Very good.
Ask and inquire about I think it was the Rev Up program that Gardner Webb and CCC hosts. So at least now that parent understands and knows what the Rev Up program is. So I celebrate that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. So talk to us about how you are making sure career readiness meets the needs of all students, no matter what they're pursuing after high school.
Well, one thing that I'm really focused on is change. I want every family to understand the rapid dynamics as it relates to how quickly the job market is changing. So every opportunity I get to share with churches, every opportunity I get to share with parents, change is a universal constant. Change has no, let me put it this way. Change does not care your geography. Change does not care the demographic, whether you're black, white, whether you're rural, suburban, whether you're metropolitan. Change does not care at all. Change says we're just going to do what we do and you need to be ready. So I am championing the message that we have to be able to adapt, improvise, and overcome because the job market changes. I went into CVS the other day, and there was one worker in there. And that one worker looked at me as if I'm not supposed to come check out because there was a kiosk. The expectation was for me to scan my own products, bag it myself, and pay for it. So if you go into your local grocery stores, there are less cashiers. If you look at the rise in automation, people are losing jobs because of AI. People are losing jobs because of automation. So change does not really care about some of the things we care about. We just need to be ready. So that's what I'm championing, that message that we need to be prepared for change, because change is happening faster than it ever has been.
It definitely is an evolution of the job market. Jobs are definitely changing and requiring different skills than in the past. So true, so true. So look ahead for a little bit, talking about evolution or evolving. How do you see career readiness evolving in Cleveland County schools?
So had a very interesting conversation actually with Ms. Champion. And what I found out from that conversation is the definition of career readiness from the state level is different from career readiness on the local level. For example, local industry has an expectation for employees that may be different from what the school, based on the curriculum that we receive, from the instructions we receive from the state saying, we need you to teach students this. Well, we found out on a Zoom that local industry leaders, their expectations for what students need to know, what their employees need to know, it was an aha moment for us, where local employers expect students to, or potential employer, be on time, know how to balance a checkbook, know how to apply for health insurance, understand health insurance. So that was kind of an aha moment that says we need to be able to give these students what they need to be able to leave high school and go right into the workforce. So I think the evolution will come as a result of us continuing to close that information gap and the communication gap. So I think the more we could get local industry leaders to hear from the school system, and to get the school system to be able to hear from local industry leaders, I think that will help us do a better job of preparing our students for the evolving workforce. Because right now, I think they understand they could save money by hiring someone and teaching them what to do, as opposed to hiring someone with a doctorate, or hiring someone with a master's degree, or hiring someone straight out of college. What I'm finding out now is they're looking more for skill sometimes as it relates to knowledge, because you can have knowledge and no skill. So they want someone who's teachable. They want someone who is responsible, who can show up on time, learn how to do a job, and do it well. So yeah, so the job market is, so sometimes they're not recruiting at the university. Sometimes they're recruiting right here at the community college, where these students are getting hands-on application, hands-on practice. In other words, they're doing the job right here at the community college. They need people who can help them get the job done. So I think closing that communication gap is going to help us prepare students for that evolution.
Very good, very good. I'm curious, we have just another minute before we need to wrap up, but I'm curious, what's your best advice for students, maybe the at-risk students or not, but just as you try to help students look forward and parents look forward for their student, what's your best advice for them?
My best advice for students right now is two things: dream, and dream big. So I tell students quite often, let your dream be your boss. And what I'm finding out, students don't dream like they used to. So elementary kids, they dream. They're going to tell you what they want to be when they grow up. So middle and high schoolers, keep dreaming and let your dream be the motivation for you to do your best in everything you do. And also, manage your moments. So before you say it, before you do it, take a moment to think about it, because most of our kids who are suspended from school or in ISS, they're good kids, they just had a mismanaged moment. So learn how to use some self-regulation, manage your moments. Before you say it or do it, think. So I spend a lot of time telling kids that.
Good. I was hoping you would say manage your moments, because we talked about
Yes.
that
That's a
before the
skill.
show, so I'm glad you brought that up. So
It's a great
manage your
skill.
moments and dream big. I like it.
Manage your moments and dream big.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Hopper. Keep doing the great job that you're doing and
I'm glad.
working hard for students and
I
families.
give you
We
my
appreciate
word,
you.
I will. I'm mission-minded and I'm focused on, I just want to be a help to
I know you
my
are.
community.
And we appreciate you. And thank you for joining us for this edition of School Matters.